Good morning, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is March 1st. Welcome to a new day and a new month. So, what do we got this morning? We had a wicked flush into the close yesterday where we had a very algo driven light volume day yesterday, right? And you can see here how the volume just exploded in that last hour, especially that last half hour. Huge volume into the close, massive distribution at that point. Okay, so we blew through a lot of resistance that was support, right? The 8 to 21 to 50 day. We sliced right through them. And pre market, we're now at this 270 level that I've been talking about. And I keep talking about that on the SPY because this is where that top of that candle was and where we've been holding. Every time we looked weak, this is where we've stopped. So the ES right through it to that 2700 is held. So far, we're holding it pre market. So we're down a little bit. We have some follow through to the downside. Maybe now we can see and look for a reversal today off of that. If this doesn't hold, right? If this area fails, you have to start looking down towards the 100 day, right? The 100 day is right here, and that would bring us into the top of these candles, right? So, position to position, make your levels, look at this candle right here and say, okay, I can start looking around 272.75 all the way down to 265.77. So that's kind of the areas you start looking into there at that point. If we break through this 270 and we flush, beware the overthrow, beware the retest. They love to do misdirection. So we got a couple things going on in the next 24 hours in the markets too that are going to be movers. First of all, we got Powell on the Hill talking to the House today. He gets to go and repeat and see if he does the same mistakes he made as first time in the Senate on earlier this week. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And then tomorrow we have the jobs numbers, right? And these are things that should be catalysts for the banks, but the banks got weak on all this all of a sudden. So lots of very confusing signals going on here in the market. Not the easiest time to trade. And honestly, we may be seeing, we're seeing a character change in this market. And I've pointed this out a couple times, and I'm going to point it out here again. We've gone sideways for a while in these markets, right? Through this period, this was a long, sideways, choppy mess, right? October into November. But we're getting bigger ranges here because we have volatility's returned, right? So while there was no volatility when we were chopping around sideways in some of these areas here, we have big volatility now because of what's going on. So if we're looking at this now, this was a head fake. Now we reverse. Now that they want to sit here and hold here and send us back again and just creating a new big range to trade. Or, and we could be in that for a while, or they want to go lower. Who knows what they want to do. We play the action, and we're very good at picking up here at smartoptiontrade.com on the action and what's going on. And the option market really does tell us the sentiment of what's taking place in the market. You know, yesterday when this right in this area, I said, tweeted out to everybody, I said, listen, the action in the markets is not in sync with the action in the options market, meaning they weren't buying this. They weren't buying into this rise yesterday on this move up. And sure enough, we got our first sell. So, you kind of see things like that. So let's talk about what we can look for today for some setups today. And let's just go around. So, we have everything down here a little bit. What's oil doing today? Oil's getting down a little bit more again. So now those API numbers were bad yesterday, and so coming back in, that means energy's down, and we know that what are the bonds doing here, right? And we're keeping an eye on the bonds because we're worried about yields, but you can't blame the bonds for this one because bonds are actually up and yields are down. So bonds look okay. Out of curiosity, Bitcoin, how you doing? Bitcoin's hanging in there around this 10,000 area, even with the SEC probe, so that's okay there too. And what else we got going on out there? So let's just start looking at the sectors. Fins, weak, right? Finally gave up the ghost. They were strong all through the first half of the day, through the first sell off. They held tight and then they capitulated into the close. So this is an area. Did they come back and save them here, or do they let them go? So we'll have to see that. Energy just has no bounce right now. I have some energy plays on, but they're long-term plays. I'm not worried about it. They're mostly in stock. But you see here, this 21-day failed. Now we're back below the 8 to 200 day. So nothing there at this point to do. And biotech remains, again, another weaker sector, but it's holding in actually better than energy, right? It's still above the 200 day, still looks okay. So a couple things going on today. First off, we have news on steel that Trump's invited CEOs of the steel and aluminum countries to the White House, and we may get tariffs as soon as today. And we can see we have a big gap up on steel. So this is in play today. Keep an eye on this thing. This is already up $2. Hard to chase it, but we'll see. We know this thing can move when it really wants to. So it's either, you can play X. The other names in that are AKS, right? Nucor, and STLD. That's interesting. Some of these names aren't moving. Alcoa, right? If you want to play the aluminum names, this is another good name to play. So keep your eyes on some of those names. Places to go today, things to watch for. Yesterday, Snap showed strength, right? After coming into the gap, we reversed, went back, and here's the 8-day. So the 8-day now is either the point where we're going to push through and start a new trend up, or fail, and it's a place if you want to try to short it. I will tell you, however, that there was a ton of options put specifically that closed on Snap going into oops, wrong one. I hate when I do that. There you go. All right, you can see they closed a lot of protection on Snap yesterday on that move up. All the Aprils and stuff that closed out. Lots of stuff closed. So, watch Snap. Snap could be a good long or short here. It's in play, like X. Twitter had a good day yesterday. There wasn't really a lot of call buying around it, and I'm seeing it's weak here in the in the overnight at this point. It's pulled back to 31.50. So we'll see. Nice trade on Twitter for me yesterday, and just day trading got out. I still have my long-term positions, but just keep day trading this. Micron, almost get its new all-time high. Its all-time high is 49.83. I do have a sell order in on the stock I purchased on this day, up to in that area, waiting to see it, and we'll see how that plays out. Just as note, there was a big collar trade on Micron yesterday. So a new person in the room asked some questions, and I said no, it's a collar. Basically, the guy came in and he sold the April 55 calls to open, right? Took in money there and bought the April 55 puts. He has a 1-for-1 protection on this. Between the delta adds up to a 1-for-1. So every penny that Micron goes down, he puts a penny back in his pocket. So this is somebody who doesn't want to sell a big position in Micron, who's protecting it here just in case. All right. So we have that going. What else is out there? We talked about BABA. Let's talk about BABA real quick. BABA's been lethargic and has looked horrible, right? Really hasn't done anything special here. Coming into this area, it has some support around here, but it keeps kind of playing through it. But I did pick up that yesterday they were buying a lot of weekly calls on BABA, right? So here you go. The weekly 187.50 calls, 11,000 of them stuck to open interest, right? So they're trying to bounce it. So again, these are ideas. If we're going to bounce, take that. So, when you look at today, I'm giving you guys some ideas for some longs here. These are some names that look a little stronger in the sector at this point and look a little bit better. OSTK is getting just hammered here, by the way. No earnings again. Everybody's getting pissed off. That's really what it is. No, there's no earnings. They haven't officially announced an earnings date, and everybody thinks it's going to be. They keep moving it a week. TOS just keeps moving it out a week. Maybe there's some other news. It could be the crypto thing too that they're getting hit on. What are some of the other names doing? Riot, yeah, Riot getting hit. Yeah, all the crypto names are getting smacked around on this SEC probe. These are all the blockchain companies. So make for a fun day. Not what though. Interesting. So just a little bit of concern going on there. So overall, we have very choppy markets, and we'll have to see how they are and how to play that at this point. I continue to keep an eye on Disney to look for a bottom here, though it broke support and now looks like it wants to go back and retest this 100 area. So maybe there we can take a shot at it off the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Square is another name that held in strong yesterday on earnings. At this point, I don't know. It looked like it was coiled to try to go higher again yesterday during the day, and then the market sold off. It held in very well. We'll have to see. They're also a big player in that blockchain technology, and they can get dragged down in this as well. So, if you're trying to play today, my advice is, look, these are the things you look for longs, and if you're looking for shorts, they'll be everywhere. Just be quick. Don't get married to your shorts, but they'll be quick. If we break this 270 area, you can grab some UVXY or grab something on the VIX, right? UVXY, right? Not quite the juice it used to have, but still not a bad player. You can try to take some puts on the SPY. You can take some of these high flyers like Tesla, right, which can come down and move hard, and Google, and grab a couple puts on them. So, just see how they want to take this into the open. The game has been lately is they move things up early and sell things off in the afternoon. So it's about misdirection. So, we'll see. It's Thursday, 2 days left this week. We do have inflows today, right? Between today and Monday, we have a lot of new market inflows, money coming in. See if they put it to work. See if it comes in and works here. So, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to put this out there for you to public. If you like what I have to say, take me a visit at smartoptiontrading.com, and I'll put the link in the description below. Everybody be safe and have a great day.